Hello, welcome back. So for the past month, I've been trying out this, which is the Amiro DNA sodium firming system. And this incorporates PDRN with micro infusion. So PDRN is an ingredient that is derived from salmon DNA. It's gone absolutely viral across most socials, I think, over the last year or two. Personally, I absolutely love it. I think it's a really good hydrating ingredient in serums, moisturizers, eye creams, etc. However, it pretty much stops there because more recently a lot of people have discovered that the molecules themselves are simply too big to actually penetrate into the skin. So they just sit on the surface. So PDRN molecules range from 350,000 to 1 million daltons. But the problem is that the skin can only absorb 500 at most. So I'm sure you can imagine if you're using these serums, creams and eye creams, etc., then the main ingredient is simply just going to sit on the surface of the skin. Great for hydration, but you're not actually getting the main benefits from the ingredient itself. You may have seen people trying to use micro needling rollers. I really don't recommend those. They are terrible for at-home use. They can cause micro tears in the skin, not to mention infection as well. If you're using the same roller over and over in non-sterile conditions too, then yeah, you can imagine what would happen. And then of course we have the clinical injections like Reduran. These are extremely expensive, quite painful as well. I've heard anyway, I've not had it myself, but I've heard they're pretty painful. And obviously we get the significant downtime from those as well. However, there is a way that you can deliver the PDRN to the layers that need it most hygienically and safely using microinfusion. I've spoken about microinfusion many times on my channel. I've used it for years and absolutely love it as a system in itself. So this here is the Amiro DNA sodium firming system, and this contains a combination of PDRN, fibroin, tranexamic acid and acetyl hexapeptide 8. So I've already used this once already, so it is half empty, but in here you will originally get 4 of these bottles. So that's one treatment, and you'll also get 2 heads as well. So these are the 2 bottles that you get that contain the ingredients. So in this one we have lyophilized microspheres of the PDRN. So it's freeze-dried basically. So they're freeze-dried in here, so nice and fresh. And then in this one here we have the hydrating solution. So at time of treatment you're going to mix these 2 together to make the full, I don't want to say serum, it's more of a treatment solution, shall we say. So nice and fresh at the time of use, which is absolutely brilliant in itself. Not only that, but as I say, it's also extremely hygienic because we have these single-use heads here, which I will just try and show you. So they look like this. It's really hard to show because I think you can see there, tiny little micro needles. Yeah, and I believe these are, I want to say 5 millimeters. Just want to jump in here and say that actually CE certified 0.5 millimeter needles, not 5 millimeters. And they've actually also upgraded them now to 24 karat gold plated as well. So when you use this alongside the solution as well, it will get deeper into the deeper layer of your skin. So obviously you're going to get maximum benefits from the PDRN itself. I'll show you how to put it all together in a minute, but yeah, basically this actually attaches to the bottle itself and then you just throw it away after use. Don't be tempted to reuse these for reasons I mentioned earlier. So in short, what this does is what they call a 3D anti-aging formula. So we have the surface layer of the skin, which is to repair and hydrate, and then the middle layer of the skin is aimed at wrinkles and brightening the skin tone, and then the deeper layer of the skin is for lifting and firming, which is where the PDRN comes into play. I'm going to start off by doing a little cleanse. So this will be a double cleanse. And then I need to completely dry my face, so it needs to be like bone dry. So I'm just patting it with I'm just using a microfiber cloth, but whatever towel you normally use. So then we're going to take these 2 just here. Obviously this is my second treatment now, so I've used the first 2 already. So as I say, we've got the pink one here, which is the hydrating solution, and then we have this one here. So this is your little freeze-dried balls. So the, what is it called? Lyophilized microspheres. There's a little arrow just there, so you need to pull from that. I always struggle with these. I've used these before, and like with contact lenses and stuff, and I always end up, oh, there we go, and then it will pull the metal bit just there, and then be careful because obviously it is metal, you don't want to cut yourself, and then just take it off. It should peel all the way around, but I'm clumsy. I'll have to grab the tweezers. There we go. And then that just comes off there. You're left with like a little rubber top there, which obviously comes off pretty easy. You just like pull that off like that. And then we're going to do the same for this one as well. And then we're going to take the hydrating solution and add it to the microspheres. It's like a recipe, this. So just pour that one into there, like that. Then taking our micro infusion head, we want to push that firmly onto this. You need to press it quite firm and it will kind of pop on there like that, so it's nice and secured now. And then give it a good shake so that obviously we mix the two together. And they're nicely dissolved in there now. You can see there's no bits left over. It doesn't take long, it dissolves quite quickly actually. Take off the lid just to activate it. Just use the back of your hand, obviously a clean hand, and just press it a few times. And then you'll see the liquid just come out from there. And then we're good to go. So I brought you in nice and close. So the areas you want to target are the forehead, the cheeks and the chin, and slightly on the lip as well, like the upper lip. So I'm going to start off with the forehead, and you want to go from the centre outwards. So I'm just going to do one side first so we can see the difference between the two sides. And I actually find it easier to tilt my head back a bit, just to make sure that the solution is always like down towards the needles. If you go too upright, then obviously, especially as you get towards the end of the solution, it oh, got some eye. It won't reach the head, if you know what I mean. And as you can see, I'm not showing any pain because basically there isn't any. I like to just kind of move it around a bit afterwards. So I mean, straight away you can see there is some redness, but that goes down so quickly. I will show you in this video actually how quickly it does go down. So obviously that's immediately after use. I'm just going to show you the cheek as well. So again, we're going from where the nose is out towards the ear. So quick this treatment is. And bearing in mind, you only have to do this like twice a month, once every 2 weeks, and that's it. So it's one of those things, makes a huge difference, but you know, it's quick and easy. And then the top lip, it's always a little bit stingier on that area, just because it's a sensitive area anyway. But yeah, it's still not horrendous, do you know what I mean? It might just make your eyes water a little bit. The chin. And there's one side, so got half the solution left in there to do the other side. So as we can see, the side that I've done compared to the side that I haven't done. So it's not horrendously red. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't look at me and think, oh, you know, she looks like she's gone through it. It's just a little bit pink, I would say, but it goes down so quick. You can already see the forehead's going down already. Just continue to finish off this side as well. So there we go, there is the whole face now done. So yeah, I mean, it's quite a pleasant thing to do, I'll be honest. You know, a lot of people, like in the past when I've done micro infusion videos, a lot of people said, oh, does it hurt? I'm really scared of the pain. Honestly, it's really not that painful at all. And any bits that are a little bit more stingy, I would say, they're not painful. They're just a little bit like, oh, as I say, they make your eyes water a little bit. Like this area here, sometimes the chin as well. Yeah, it's minimal and it's very quick. So, you know, as soon as you've done it, those literally seconds that you've done it, and yeah, nothing at all. So I'm just going to pat in the rest of the solution that is left on my skin. And then this is how your skin looks immediately after use. So it does look really nice. It always does. Like, you get that natural glow coming through. It's not too much, doesn't make you look oily, doesn't make you look greasy. It's just a really nice natural glow. And obviously over time, like using this twice a month, that's going to get better and better. I've noticed such a big difference in my skin. Do you know what I have noticed is I've always been most self-conscious about my pores, and obviously, you know, I'm 45, so they are going to be larger than they were like 20 years ago. That's completely normal, but you know, sometimes there's some things and you think, I wish my pores were a little bit more minimal. And I have noticed, like especially around this area here, that my pores do look less visible, shall we say. They're not gone, but they're less visible. I'll just show you in natural light actually on this one. So this is how my skin's looking after 20 minutes. Can you see? I mean, it's barely any redness at all. Some of this redness is natural for me anyway. I do have rosacea. It kind of triggers about this time of the year because of the sun. But yeah, I mean, my forehead, look at that. That's gone down completely. So 20 minutes, minimal, well, no downtime at all really. That's just, as I say, pressure, you know, from the micro needles. But yeah. So I've been doing it now for just over a month. So I've used 2 treatments, so over, you know, a 2-week period each. And I have really noticed a difference in my skin. It looks so much brighter and glowier. I love the fact that there's 0 downtime on it. Well, not 0, but minimal downtime on it. You know, it literally takes like 10 to 15 minutes and your skin looks normal, shall we say, again. And yeah, obviously it is so quick and so easy to do as well. And honestly, it really doesn't hurt. It doesn't at all. Well, a tiny little bit of a pinch just around certain areas like the upper lip and the chin, just because it's quite taut there. Everywhere else you can barely feel it. So if you do want to try this out for yourself, they have a whole load of offers on. Like most things, you know, the more you buy, the cheaper the product gets. I have a discount code which I'm gonna pop here, and I'll also link it down below in the description box for you, and that will give you 40% off. So I think two treatments, so you know, 1 box is, I believe you get, if with my discount code, that will take it down to $57, and then you can get up to a 3-month bundle, and again with my code would take it down to, I think it's around $148, so that's still a really good price. But I'll link all those offers in the description box below for you. So I hope you found that helpful and enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it. It means the absolute world to me if you did enjoy watching this video and you would like to see more content from me in the future, and you would like to subscribe to my channel. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye.